How you doing, everybody? This is YesShe'sASimmer, and I am excited to be here at the Sims Machinima and Animations Convention. For those of you who may not know me, I am the writer and director of the Sims 4 Machinima series, The Landlord, The Road, and The Soulmate House, and also the creative director of the Machinima Movie and TV Awards. I'm excited to be here with you today and answer your questions, so we'll jump right in. The role was inspired by my time as a music manager. I was spending a lot of time on the road with my artists, and it gave me the idea to create this fictional competition where I never quite finished it. I never knew who won. And so when I thought about a follow-up to The Landlord, The Road was a no-brainer. I found my manuscript and I decided to make it into a series. I started making machinimas kind of instinctively. I came across one of my favorite creators, OMG Sims, The Reaper. The Reaper Season 1, it was a subtitle machinima, and I didn't even know that you could do that in The Sims 4. Also, The Mom's Cave, The Curse, those are two of my all-time favorite machinimas, and they really inspired me and pushed me to be more creative and to enter the community of machinimas. The character that was the hardest for me to write was Victor. Victor is the exact polar opposite of who I am. He's narcissistic, he's a gaslighter, he's manipulative, he's self-serving. I really can't. The more I wrote him, the more I disliked him. And I think he's a mixture of every single guy in my past that was a complete jerk. So Victor was definitely the hardest to write for. The easiest was Marie. In some aspects, I understand Marie's anger, and I understand how she handles situations. That's very much part of my personality. The ability to shut things off and shut people out and resolve things. But I think with her too, it was easiest because as she developed, I kind of developed. And so we kind of grew up and grew out of that behavior together. And so she was definitely the easiest. Managing my time was a process. It came after I developed more confidence in my directing and my filmmaking and also my editing. But I also do a lot of setting up in my script. So in my scripts, I always have my character developments. If a new character was entering this particular episode, I always have my set list and scene descriptions, and that really helps speed up the filming process. A good cliffhanger. If you've watched any of my shows, every episode ends in a cliffhanger. Every season finale, every mid-season finale ends with a cliffhanger. Another thing I think is I'm excited about my machinimas. I love my series. I watch my series as if I am not the writer or I didn't create it. And so I think you can feel that excitement in each episode, and that is really engaging to my audience. And again, a good cliffhanger never hurts. I've absolutely learned a lot about myself during this process. I had no confidence in myself as a director or a filmmaker or an editor, but I was very confident in my writing. So growing, learning, and asking a lot of questions from the wonderful machinima directors that I've had the opportunity to meet and become friends with in this community, looking at other directors and how they film and the different effects, and thinking to myself, I want to produce quality like that. How do I get there? And continuing to push myself has definitely grown me. So yes, I've absolutely grown as not only a director, a writer, but also as a person. The character I most relate to is Michaela, definitely from The Road. I understand being young and falling into a situation that goes against who you naturally are, but also being able to grow out of that, understanding that that one action doesn't define you. Her and I have that in common. She made a mistake. She realized that mistake, and all she can do is grow and learn from that mistake going forward. That was a lesson that I had to learn, and I had to learn to forgive myself. And I think we saw that in the series finale as far as her growth, and as far as her taking accountability for her actions. So she's definitely the one that I relate to the most. The project that I would like to work on in the future would be reality machinimas. I really enjoyed putting together the Machinima Movie and TV Awards and working with the Sims community to pull that off. I had an opportunity to get to know Simmers that I may not have had I not created that event. So definitely more reality machinimas. You'll see that with the Sims Design Star. You'll see that with the film festival coming up, and with a couple other things that I have scheduled for late 2023 into 2024. And then of course, I can't say it enough, the Machinima Movie and TV Awards in May 2024. Editing has to be the hardest part of the machinima making process for me. I am a perfectionist, so I spend a lot of time trying to make sure I get all of the scenes right. As far as the easiest, that would have to be writing. It's my very first passion. I love creating stories. And then the most rewarding would be premiere. I love watching the premiere with you guys, hanging out with you guys, chatting with you guys during the premiere, and just seeing it all come together. So that is all the questions that you guys have submitted. I hope I answered them and you got to know me a little better, more about me, my Sims journey, and my machinima journey. Check me out on all social media platforms. I am YesShe'sASimmer across everything. I'm very transparent. Also, make sure to stop by the YouTube page, check out the series, and like and subscribe. I can't wait to see the rest of the wonderful directors that are also on this panel at this year's Sims Machinima and Animation Convention. Again, thank you guys for having me, and you have a wonderful rest of your day.